What is op art? Op art is short for optical art. It's a style of visual art that uses optical illusions. Op art works are abstract, with many better known pieces created in black and white. Typically, they give the viewer the impression of movement, hidden images, flashing and vibrating patterns, and/or swelling or warping. Op art started in the 1960s. One of the leading artists of this genre was Bridget Riley. She mainly worked in black and white. Notice how her placement of lines and shapes create movement and depth. In some instances, just the black and white image creates color through optical illusion. Cool, huh? Another of the most influential op artists was named Victor Vasarely. What shapes can you see in his pictures? He loved to use shapes, lines, and especially color to create his optical illusions. Lastly, it's important to see that op art can also be created using three-dimensional art or sculpture. One of the preeminent 3D op art visionaries was Jesus Raphael Soto. When a sculpture has movement, it's considered kinetic art. Has anyone here studied kinetic energy in science? So the materials you're going to need are you need a blank piece of paper, obviously, a pencil, some sort of black pen, ballpoint pen type of thing. You know I love my juicy Sharpies, and a ruler or straight edge. The only ruler I could find in my house is ridiculously large, so I'm going to use the edge of a Post-it notepad as my straight edge. So the first thing we're going to draw today to make our own op art is a square. Now I'm going to start with a pencil, and I'm going to go with a whisper of a pencil so that it's nice and light. It'll make it easy to erase if we need to. You all know that to make a square, all sides have to be the exact same size. So on my little pad of paper for my straight edge, I've kind of marked off a size so that I make sure all my sides are the same. So there's one line. I'm going a little bit light, so I hope you can see it. And I'm going to stop here. Also needs to be a 90-degree angle, right, to make it a square. Get it as close as you can to be a square. So here's my first line. I did it in pencil first, just in case I had any mistakes or an angle wasn't quite right. I am now going to go over that with my black ballpoint pen. And once again, use my straight edge. Any cardboard or something would do to make your straight edge. And as I'm going, if I'm going a little bit fast, you know, you can just pause the video or rewind so that you can catch up. So I'm going to do a quick 4 lines like this all the way around with my black ballpoint pen. Or you could use one of those super fine tip Sharpies. That might work too, but I didn't have any here at my house. They're all still at school. So there's my square. And now I'm going to take with my ballpoint pen once again, and I'm going to make a diagonal line from this corner, from my right top corner to my bottom left corner. And measure that out. And now I have my diagonal line here in the middle. Next step is going to be straight edge again, using my black ballpoint pen or super fine marker. Oops. I'm going to start at the diagonal line and go straight down. Do you see how I did that? And I'm going to do this all the way across my square like this. I'm going to make a bunch of vertical lines starting at the diagonal and going down to the bottom of my square. So your paper would look something similar to this. Now the next step is you're going to use your straight edge again. This time you're going to match up from where this line intersects with the diagonal. Your vertical intersects with the diagonal. And you're going to make a horizontal line so that they intersect. So do you see where those two lines now join together and intersect right at that diagonal? So we've got horizontal lines, vertical lines, diagonal lines. We're talking geometry in art. It's so much fun. And your paper should look something like this when you are done with this step. The next step is you're going to be taking your nice juicy Sharpie, or if you have just a black marker, that's fine too. And you are going to very carefully, I like to go around the outside edge first, and I'm just doing this outside section here of my square. I'm trying to concentrate and talk at the same time. Dun, da, da. And I'm going to very carefully, I'm going to be coloring this in, all the way in. And then I'm also going to do the same thing to every other section on this part of my square. So I'm going to stop here talking, and I'm going to speed it up, and I'll rejoin you in just a second. So now I have these sections of my square colored in. I'm going to do now the same exact thing on the sections that are connecting with this. So if you can see, I'm going to go right around the outside edge here, and I'm going to be filling in this section, every other section. So this one and this one. So I will get back to you in just a second. I'm going to speed it up. Ooh, so I really sped that one up because I forgot to hit record. I'm new at this. Don't mock me. So I'm just going to go and kind of fix a couple of these edges. They're a little bit wonky, but that looks all right. I'm going to now take my pencil. So I have, it's starting to look like it is like a hole in the ground, a big square hole in the ground. And I'm going to use my pencil, and I'm going to do some shading. And I'm going to start right at the diagonal line. And I'm even going right over the Sharpie, because you can see the lead from the pencil goes right over. I don't know if you can see it very well in my camera, but starting at the line, don't go over the line, and do a little bit of hatching with your pencil. And you can make it really dark right at that line. You can even go over it again, kind of on that diagonal. Add some shading, so we're adding a little bit of value. And then the further out you come, maybe do a couple of times, you make it a little bit lighter. So you press a little bit lighter with your pencil, or you go a little bit further apart. You see how that's taking shape? So it's really looking like it is a hole in the ground, a square hole in the ground. I'm going to make it a little bit lighter like this. And you can go over this a few times with your pencil. I like to go a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit heavier back at the edge. I'll take it all the way down to that corner. And again, I'm going to go really dark right at that line. So now you've got a op art piece. Looks kind of neat. Look at it. It looks kind of like you can stick your pencil right down inside of there. Ooh, there goes my pencil. And that is our op art for today, a little optical illusion. So I hope you guys like doing the op art for today. Woo! And I'm going to do another one tomorrow. I think I might do a hand op art piece. So hope to see you soon. I'm missing you all. Bye.